Well, hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot believe this, but welcome to Mock Girl Summer, Women of Fantasy Football's mock draft show here on both the Club Fantasy and WOFF YouTube channels. I'm your host, Wendi Earley. I'd like to welcome in my co-host from Fantasy Footballers, the Football Guys, and the official Mock Girl Summer Grandma, Julia Papworth. What's up, Julia? I missed you last week.
I missed you too. It's the last one. We get football in a week. Isn't that crazy?
I cannot believe that this is our last episode. I'm actually really sad about it. So what I need to know though, because you're good with the negotiations on renewals for the next season, who do we need to talk to? What do we got to do? Because
didn't Josh say he'd talk to my agent?
Yeah. Can you have his people get in touch with your people? So
you know what? I'll just use I'll use like CeeDee Lamb's agent, or I would say Brandon Ayuk's agent. That's probably not as great.
Well, I'm putting it all in your hands. So,
okay, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. In tonight's episode, we'll be covering a single QB redraft, full PPR, none of that third round reversal stuff. And we have a special guest tonight who is Gridiron_Goddess on Instagram, Susan Curran. Susan,
hello.
Welcome. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. I've been watching all summer. To get to be a guest is so exciting.
Oh, and you get to be our final guest of season 1, the inaugural season. How great is that? We love it. Thank you.
I'm happy to be here.
All right. And we're going to be talking later about, everything you got going on over at Instagram. But, basically I you know what? And I forgot to tell Julia this beforehand. I was going to have you read the stuff about the TrophySmack partnership. Would you like me to do that though?
I mean, do you want to go ahead? Because it'll take me a second to find it. I kind of remember because there's a code.
Go ahead.
There's a great code. I think it's like, I don't remember what the code is, but I remember if you put it in, you get a discount at TrophySmack. Which TrophySmack, they have everything you need. They have belts, they have rings, they have plaques, they have sort of anything that you would need to celebrate your fantasy football championship, and to basically rub it in the other 9, 11, 15 people in your league space. Yeah. So why don't you read the code? Because I don't want to screw this up for them, because they're incredible and we love them over here.
Yes. What you're going to do is you're going to go to TrophySmack.com/ whatever you want to call it, / whatever. It's WOFF. Okay. And that's gonna get you in. And make sure you check out the specially curated ladies league line. They have like a brand new rose gold plated custom championship belt, which is the first piece. So yeah, I'm like super excited. So I'll never probably get one, but just in case,
and you get a free ring. There you go. That's what you get with the code. You enter the WOFF at checkout and you get a free ring with the purchase of a belt or a trophy. So,
all right. Yeah. And thank you so much to TrophySmack. They're so great over there. So,
they're great.
So listen, I'd like to quickly run through the drafters and just want to thank everybody before we start. Thanks to all of the friends in the chat. They're here every week for us. So, but we do want to go ahead. I'm going to hit the button. I'm going to start the draft so we can start talking. Yep. Julie is up first too.
Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Done. Whew.
Are you ever taking somebody else at 101?
I mean, I don't like the Dallas Cowboys and I just don't like to root for them. So I will not draft CeeDee Lamb. Okay. And the only other person I would draft would be Tyreek Hill. And honestly, like I had CMC on my team last year and it was really fun. It was so fun. And
the stat of teams that were in the championship that had him on his team was ridiculous. I can't remember what the number was.
Oddly enough, I was not in the championship. I got beat getting into it. But the rest of the season was super fun because he's like having like 4 players. So
he's kind of like the G.I. Joe, I don't know. What's it? MacGyver. He's like the MacGyver of
there
football.
you go.
Yeah.
He does it all.
Yeah.
So Julia, why do you dislike the Cowboys so much? I've noticed that throughout this year.
I know. I'm just not a Cowboys fan. I've just never been. I don't know.
Is it Jerry Jones?
I don't like Jerry Jones. I don't like him. I'm sorry, you are making horrible business decisions for a product that is like you are America's team. Like this thing could be the biggest product in the world if you milk it right. And I don't know. He just bothers me.
As someone who lives in the Dallas area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I grew up watching Cowboys games with my dad, like all of that, because I live in Texas. And oh man, the stuff that comes out of Jerry Jones's mouth, just you're in no hurry to deal with CD's contract. Okay, like get out of here, get out of here with that mess.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have been at the Super Bowl like 4 more times in the last 20 years. Like, it's just, poor management. I don't love poor management really in any business, so I don't like it in football.
All right.
All right. Okay.
We're going to let Susan, talk us through your first pick here.
I mean, I get that people have questions about JJ, but the fact that he made it to me at 7 is still a little surprising. So I'm going to take Justin Jefferson here.
Right. It does seem that, he used to be the guy last year. Like he was the first one everybody was trying to draft. So what do you think changed on that?
Sam Darnold.
It's the quarterback situation. And even when it was JJ McCarthy, before he got injured, there were still questions about rookie quarterbacks supporting a number 1 wide receiver to make him the Justin Jefferson we've all known in fantasy. So I think it's a combination of that. I personally think Sam Darnold's going to be fine. Is he
as fine as he can be?
Yeah,
right?
He's still Justin Jefferson. Like Nick Mullins was getting him like 18 points a game or something last season.
I have to disagree with you because Nick Mullins is a much better quarterback than Sam Darnold. I believe that. I truly believe that. Yeah. I mean, look, I think like Darnold is so bad. And I'm so sorry. Like, he's just not good at all. He's not good. And I mean, I would love to be proven wrong because I don't know. He's one of those people that you want to root for because he seems like a nice dude. But like,
hopefully.
Well, yeah.
We'll put it out there.
Yeah.
So do you think that Mullins can take over this season, maybe?
I mean, I think they should get who else is available? Who hasn't signed with the team or who got cut? Like, I feel
Huntley.
Like Joe Flacco.
No, Joe Flacco isn't Flacco in Indianapolis. Yeah.
Yes, he got signed.
Yeah, and I would love Jameis Winston to be there, but where's Jameis? Right. Jameis is still in.
He's in Cleveland.
Oh well, he's gonna have a starting job soon anyway. But Deshaun Watson's arm is gone. Like, it's gone. Like, Cleveland, I'm sorry, you sold the flipping farm for that man, and it is gone. What a waste of money.
Oh, Kelly just said Huntley was cut today.
Yep.
Oh, so scoop him up.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll see where he ends up.
It blows her mind too.
I like that. They don't win a Super Bowl until Jerry steps down. I agree. They don't win a Super Bowl until Jerry steps down. Yeah. That's a good comment.
All right, my turn. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that Susan's going to walk us through it.
Okay, so I normally would go receiver, but because there's so many receivers that have been taken, I'm going to take ETN because of the workhorse. They keep talking about Tank Bigsby and wanting to get him involved, and there's like a little bit of hype around his ability this offseason, but they did that last season. There was even more hype last season, and he just couldn't cut it. So I think Bigsby is going to I think ETN is going to still be the full-time workhorse back.
So since we're you got to watch him. Oh, he took Waddle.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous with him as my RB1, my wide receiver 1.
Waddle?
Yes.
Really?
Because he's on and off the field.
Yeah, I think he won't be, but that's just me. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I was a Waddle owner last year, and it was very tough. But
yeah, I traded him away in a dynasty league because I was just like, I got a good haul for him, but it was just too much. Too much. I'm a risk averse fantasy player.
Okay.
So I like the sure thing.
Okay, so I am up. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay. I'm gonna go here. And I'm also okay. And I hate drafting this person. I really do.
Oh, I can't wait.
Just because, and I would never have drafted this person until the news came out this week about the rest of the backfield. But unfortunately, I'm going to draft Josh Jacobs because now I feel like I'm on board. I was not on board. And when we had,
but now you are.
Yeah,
things have changed.
I'm begrudgingly on board. I don't want to be on board. But I think it might just be the same sort of situation as it was volume wise before. So, but yeah, there we go. Did you hear? I was listening to actually Footballers podcast today. They were talking about Clyde Edwards-Helaire being like in. Did you hear about this, Susan?
Because I listened to their podcast today too. I had not heard anything about that.
No, not at all. That he's dealing with like is it like anxiety, post PTSD, like all this stuff, and like he's been in and out of like therapy and stuff. And I was like, holy crap, we haven't heard anything about that.
No, we hadn't.
Yeah, and like I hope he's okay. Like that's horrible.
So what about the Brandon Ayuk news? You guys talk about that. My goodness, that's huge, huh?
I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, it's the national nightmare. Yeah,
he wasn't going anywhere.
But then signed the flipping contract. He got the same amount that was offered to him at the beginning of August, right? Same amount, just like 100%. The CD thing, like the CD Lamb thing. You were gonna give him money. Like, why are you fighting about this? So, and what do you get? 4-year deal, right? Like. He's
a 4-year for 120.
Yeah, he knows they're the future, and you know the team knows it. He knows it. It's a good future to build around.
So Julia, you're a 49ers fan, right? Oh yeah, wait.
Well, my husband is. Yeah, Susan, you go.
Yes, okay. I need to know. I like her build.
I'm not taking. It still blows my mind that Stephon Diggs is being drafted this high when he's the wide receiver 3 in. Yeah. But that's just my belief. He's going to be the wide receiver 3 there.
I agree.
Olave gives me question marks because does Derek Carr like him? I don't know. So I'm going to take Debo, and that's just a little bias because he's on my Dynasty League team. That's like my #1 Dino League, and it's great, and he's been awesome. So I'm going to stick with somebody who gets the rushing work and the passing work.
So since this is a PPR, you know, you're a lot of people that we're trying to show them for your home leagues, for your office leagues, when you're a full PPR, look at how many wide receivers you actually have off the board compared to, you know, the running back. So I don't see nobody's built like some of them will build all 3.
Seriously.
Oh yeah. What in the,
I'm sorry.
Come on.
Kelly,
we all know what just happened.
Unnecessary, Kelly. Unnecessary.
There was no way. If she wasn't going to get McBride, she had to take it. It's one of those 2. She's never leaving a draft without one of those 2.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep.
So with the 49ers, Wendi, my husband is a 49ers fan. I'm the Cardinals fan, but like I hear so much about them, and like, yeah, I don't mind the Niners. They're my team if the Cardinals are not in the running for anything. So I will support my husband in that.
Well, like speaking like with Brandon Ayuk, when he hadn't signed and all the drama was going on, is he going here? Is he going there? Did it make any difference on where you were going to draft him? If you were going to take him, you were taking him no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he moved in my rankings a smidgy just because I felt like if he went to Pittsburgh, like even if you're the best wide receiver, like look who's throwing you the ball on a team that prefers to run. I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2 spots, but yeah, it's not going to change where you draft him really. If he falls a little bit, then you maybe get to take advantage of that. So I feel like where I was at in most of my drafts, he was never available to me.
I don't think I have him anywhere.
I don't have him anywhere. I don't have Debo anywhere. The only, like, I have Kittle in a bunch of places, and I have Jordan Mason everywhere. He is on every dynasty league I have by chance. Like, I have him everywhere. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, that 16 team league that I was talking about before, I was second. And so I got McCaffrey second today. The other person went wide receiver. And I ended up with my last pick. I just took Jordan Mason because
that's what you do. Yeah.
Now is Garendo still there though?
Yeah, Garendo's still there. And I think he's gonna be the third. Like I think it was a hamstring issue that he was sort of battling. Like, he's back, but I mean, he's still a rookie. So I think he's going to be in there. And I feel like they'll probably put him on special teams because he's pretty explosive. But yeah. And then they kept somebody else, which I was like, oh, it was someone that I didn't think they were going to keep. I can't remember what his name was. But yeah. Okay. I'm coming out with it. What am I going to do here? I already don't like where this is going. I've made a horrible decision. I made a horrible choice. Josh Jacobs is haunting me.
You should have known better. You should have.
Yeah,
I should have known. Your gut.
I should have known better, because now I'm in a pickle where I'm like looking at the wide receivers and I don't love any of the wide receivers, and I don't want to live in this running back world. Shenanigans. Blur. Well, I guess I can reach a little bit.
George Pickens, at least now we know, is safe.
I guess. Is he though? I don't know. I guess so. All right, fine. I'll pick a little Pickens. And
now that there's not the threat of Ayuk.
I know. There. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to reach a little bit and just be a homer here, because it'll take a while, and then we'll just do that until it comes back to me. My James Conner.
Okay, so in one quarterback leagues like this, I know why Kelly took Lamar Jackson. Okay, I get that. But in a normal draft for people that are trying to do these normal drafts, because I have one tomorrow night. I have an in-person draft. It's and it's all men. There's 11 guys and me. And I want to kick their asses. But you know what? They switched to Superflex this year, so this will be our first year of Superflex. But in a normal, draft with the 1 QB, when's about the earliest that you would take your first starting quarterback, Susan?
I personally like to wait. If I can get like if I can wait till 6 or 7, so that my 4 skill position starters, my 2 running backs and my 2 wide receivers, are ready to go, and maybe even get, if one of the top 5, like Dalton Kincaid in this case was the last one taken, if Dalton Kincaid falls to me, then I can take them, and then hopefully I can get Kyler Murray or Dak Prescott with that pick in the 7th round. It can be risky, but it has worked a couple of times.
How about you, Julia?
This year, like, there's so much good quarterback value in like the middle and the late. So I am totally fine waiting on a quarterback. Really, like, I have like a few that I target. Like, I almost don't want to, I'm not going to say it until it comes back around to me, but that I'll look at in the 6-7 range if they're there. And if they're not there, I have people that look at like the 8-9. And it's like, conversely with tight ends, it's kind of like what Susan's doing. Like, I want to leave the draft with one of the top 6 or 7. Like, I have like a 7 of them that I think are like the more elite tight ends. And then I feel like there's a real like drop off, and then there's like everybody else. So whereas other years there would be some late round tight end. Like, remember when we were all on like Chig and like stuff like that, and we are like, he's your late round tight end. He's gonna like, there's always 1 or 2 of those, but it seems like this year there isn't necessarily that guy. So I think they're more with quarterback this year, right? There's some quarterbacks you could get at the very, very end of your draft. Like, let's see, like Matt Stafford is not going in a lot of drafts. Like if the Rams offense is what we're all thinking it's going to be, what I think it's going to be, right? And I think Cooper Kupp and Puka are going to be together both top 15 wide receivers, then for that to happen, Matt Stafford has to have a great year. So why would I not draft him? Like a lot of people aren't taking Kirk Cousins till late. I really believe in Will Levis. Geno Smith is being left for dead. Like what's going on there? Like I think Bryce Young is going to bounce back. So it's like these are people that might not even go in your draft. So
and
especially
Kelly,
12.
I took Kyler 701 today.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice one for you.
She was saying he wouldn't make it out of the 6th, but
it just so depends on your league, right? It depends. Like, I mean, I have a home league where flipping 5 quarterbacks are gone in the fucking 4th round. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're on Yahoo and you're playing that. Like, you got to know you got to read the room. So it's like, and once like that, okay, well then maybe you go for that later round quarterback so you could scoop up all the value when all that other stuff's happening.
Yep.
Scampers. I will take Diggs at the end of the 5th. Let's see. Oh, Kyle.
Well, when I did the Queen's Classic draft in Canton.
How was it, Wendi? I forgot.
You know what? It was
so fun,
amazing.
Isn't it? It was so fun to be there.
It was so great.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm 6 feet tall, and I felt like the shortest person in the room because they were just like like rock stars, and everybody. We just had a really great time. But my draft I thought went pretty well. I was happy. I drafted from the 3rd spot, and I waited on quarterback until the 11th round. Okay. And I still got Brock Purdy. I mean, I
pretty great.
That's fine. Yeah. I feel pretty good.
That's in an analyst draft, right? So think about it. That's in an analyst draft. That makes sense. Yeah. Like Purdy's not going to, like my husband, who's a Niners fan, freaking drafted Purdy in like the 5th round in our league. Like I knew he was going to do it, but it's like,
So we do have a question here. Somebody needs some help, you guys. So let Susan make her pick first. Let me have Susan.
Okay. I'm trying to decide. I think this guy, it's a question mark, but it's a flex position. Like I have my starters, so I'm going to go for it because I think I would rather have him as a backup option for a starter if I need one. So I'm going to take Aaron Jones. I know it's a new situation for him, but he finished the season so well that I think I'm hoping that he can hit the ground running in a system that made Dalvin Cook great too.
I just feel he's dropped so far into the rounds. Like, I mean, this is actually a little higher than I've seen him being taken, but man, that's I think you are onto something there. I think I'm going to think about him tomorrow at my live draft that I have to go to. That I don't mean have to go to. I'm excited to go to. We'll see. The whole the super flex change, and it's a keeper league, but I wasn't in it last year, so I'm a new team, so I don't have a keeper. But drafting from the 10th spot tomorrow. And they're like, okay, everybody's got to bring a dish or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'll bring a dessert. It'll be something really nice from a really nice bakery, but I'm not, I don't have time for that.
Nobody does money. So, throw money at that problem.
Yeah.
So what's the question? I need.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. It's my turn now. 1 second. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. So son of a gun. Okay. Blurg. Okay. Let's do a little of this. Okay, I'm going to go Jayden Reed, who I enjoy. And then, all right, Kelly. I mean, it's crazy because I've never seen Pat Mahomes like drop to the 7th round. But
she's going to do it.
Well, I wouldn't take Mahomes. I would take the person who I think could beat him. And I'm a homer, so I'll take Kyler Murray. I mean, rushing upside, baby, rushing upside. And I have and I have James Conner, so that's why. Okay,
yeah.
Question.
All right,
go.
Now we have our question. I need help. This is from Frozen Gaming. I'm in a 12-team keeper league. Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, and the first pick. First available is Saquon and Garrett Wilson. I really like both players. Not sure who to take.
I would love to know who else is available. I would love to know what's the setup of your
scoring
team.
Too.
Yeah,
scoring
like, is
too
this
might help. Yeah,
is it 3 wide receivers?
Exactly.
Then I would go Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, maybe give us a few different options there.
Yeah, I would also like to know what other wide receivers are available too. Dame, I'm sorry, you should have thrown something at me, a popcorn or something. Did you see my tall husband who couldn't sit down because his back hurt?
Oh no!
He's like, I'm gonna stand up until the show starts, and we were like in the middle in like the 6th row, and I was like, okay.
How tall is your husband?
He's like 6'3".
Yeah, that's pretty tall.
He's a big old boy. Yeah.
And what are you, like 5 foot?
I'm 5'2". So.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I'm 5'2". I am. Yes.
JK Alex, I don't think you messed up taking Kyron at 3-1. I'm surprised he fell that far.
Yeah, take advantage of that. Yeah. I think people are making, like, obviously you should be concerned, it's news, but I don't think it's news that we haven't heard yet. Like, we knew what was gonna happen. I don't know. We knew that, like, quorums in town is 2 wide receivers, 2 flex best, half PPR, the white best receiver behind Garrett. Well, okay. Well, I shouldn't answer this question because I would take Marv over Garrett Wilson, but that's just me. Upside. Like, are you, I mean, it depends how risk averse you are. Well, I mean, even Garrett Wilson's kind of risky. You have like a 110-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles tear. I mean,
at least they have a hopefully better backup.
They do. No, they do. You're right. They have
Tyrod.
Yeah. Tyrod Taylor. Yeah.
So at least there's someone who is going to be competent to get the ball.
I agree. I don't know. Who would you say, Susan?
That's hard. I would probably 2 wide receiver, 2 flex. I would probably go Garrett Wilson just because Marvin. This is, I've already admitted I'm risk averse.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Garrett Wilson is kind of the known commodity. Marvin Harrison's still a rookie. But if you have, you could also, does the stack work out for you?
I was going to say that too. If there's a chance that you can get Kyler, then
then go for the stack.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would go the wide receiver over the running back because there are serviceable running backs later in the draft. And if you can get the stack, let that determine your pick.
That's what Josh said I mean, Saquon is pretty good too. Like, if you, maybe I'm going to say Saquon too, actually. It's so hard in a keeper league because we don't know who's being kept, right? So like, I did a keeper league draft and I can't even remember who I took in like my first and second spots, which weren't even in the first and second round, but like, it's all over the place, right? Some people that you'd be getting in the 9th round, you're taking in the 3rd or 4th because of all the keepers. So that kind of like, if the majority of people are keeping wide receivers, then maybe you take a wide receiver, like if there's a massive drop off, but, best of luck. I'm sorry. I feel like
here you go.
We've been no help. I'm so sorry.
Vince put together a little song for your 110-year-old quarterback.
I love it. Also, I do enjoy Vince's team. I was going to say it before the Njoku pick, but I really like everyone Calvin Ridley and above.
So wait a minute.
I don't like David Njoku.
Julia does not like the Browns.
I just want to mention that. You know what? You guys, Kelly Singh is in the room, and I'm telling you that she said that David Njoku smells good. So if he smells good, that means something.
He's a beautiful human. He has striking features, and he should model. I just think that he is going to be not as good as people remember him last year because he's got Deshaun Watson throwing him the ball. Like I was a Njoku owner. Like I traded for him and got him and won that league because he was like the tight end 2. What was it, like half of the final 5 weeks?
Okay.
Let's see.
So I took Goddard last because I am hoping that he can be a every week starter. We'll see. If I need to stream it, I can. I don't really like to do that, but the fact that this is crazy to me that Anthony Richardson is still on the board. So I'm gonna take him.
At that point, yeah, that value is great. Like, it's when people are taking him in the 4th round.
Right. Yeah, like I got Jordan Addison at the 10-12 recently. And like I know that there are question marks about his legal status, and I think his injury is going to be fine. Like he was carted off and it looked scary, but everything they're saying is that he's going to be ready. And so I think the big question is what's going to happen with the legal situation. But I was just like, okay, I almost at that point it's worth the risk. Out of 14, there are only 14 rounds. He almost made it to waivers.
Yeah. At that point, yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna take him.
Hey, Susan, can you tell us a little bit about Gridiron_Goddess on Instagram and what you have going on over there?
Yeah, so my goal is to find the people who are playing in their first fantasy football league. The women who wanted to be involved and their friends, like their work friends or dudes, and they started a league and she was like, yeah, I'll play. I've never played before. Why not? My content is for them. People who need just those beginner tips like, hey, don't forget to put your Thursday night players not in your flex spot. Like those are the reminders that I'm going to get. Explaining ranked drafting versus tier-based drafting. Even what are some of, as the season starts, we're going to do a lot of like definitions of plays. What is a run pass option? What is a cover 2 shell defense? Just those types of things so that they can watch the games more informed, which helps inform their fantasy decisions for starts. It's that space is not super big.
Yeah.
And specifically tailored to women. I mean,
I've never heard of anybody doing that.
Yeah,
that's great.
I think it's a great idea.
And when you look at, I mean, just think about how many new NFL fans have been brought to the game by Taylor Swift alone. I mean, it's true. Yeah. And like the Chiefs jersey sales went up like some ridiculous amount. And so I'm hoping to be a place for those people to ask their questions, get answers in a unjudgmental way, and just kind of create a spot for newbies so that they have a place to go. But it's so, and I'm on Instagram mostly because that's where that audience is. Mm-hmm. They're not on X with sense. All of us, like fantasy football degenerates, as some people like to call us, you know. They're on Threads, they're on Instagram. So that's what we've been, that's where I decided to focus my attention.
I love that. And I'm so glad you came on here tonight too.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, and look at this build she's making.
Dude, your team's so much better. I hate my team so much. I hate my team. I do not like drafting from the one. I don't like drafting from the one. I like drafting from the end, like 10 through 12, a lot, but I do not like drafting from the beginning.
Well, see, that's where you need to practice, though, Julia. If that's what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah. That's the point of these.
This is true. This is true. The other day in my work league, I drafted from the 12 spot, and I finished it, and I was like, "This is the best team I've ever drafted in my entire life." I love every person on this roster. I was so happy I got everyone I wanted, and then I was like, "I'm gonna get last this year, aren't I? I'm gonna get last." And like whenever I don't love my team. Like I do really well. Whenever I love it, it's like crap. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah.
So, Susan, do you have any home leagues or anything that you have live drafts or anything with home or office leagues?
Yeah. So we were supposed to move into a neighborhood and like something happened with the builder. And so we ended up not moving. But while our house was being built, I started a league for that neighborhood. And so now I commissioned this league for a neighborhood that I don't even live in. This is its 3rd season.
That's hilarious. Is it close to you?
Like 25 minutes, yeah.
Wow. And you said you live in Dallas?
Just south, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm in a league with my brother-in-law and all his friends. It's a 10-team. I'm in too many. I think I'm in like 11 this year.
Welcome to the club.
You don't even want to look at my.
I can't. I'm
11 looks easy. I'm
gonna
like
have to drop
20.
some.
Yeah.
But so that's my favorite.
Did you have your drafts already?
I have two like fast drafts left, and then one of them, that one, we're doing a slow draft but with 2-hour picks.
That's a good way to go. 2-hour picks is good. So like just enough time to like have your life.
Yeah, because like in most of your home leagues, you're not going to have, international participants. So, 2 hours is reasonable for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do what I want.
Vince, nobody tells Vince what to do. Nobody has to. Vince's teams every time, man. If I see him in a draft with me, I'm like, oh shit, Vince is here.
Dame, the same. When we moved into where we currently live, we were like, is there an age restriction for this? Like legitimately, we were like, so same. I feel you.
So, Julia, we already know how she's feeling, but yeah, please pick your pick here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think I know that he's like further down the list, but it's gonna be touchdown city, I think, for Gus Edwards.
I agree. Oh my God. I knew I was going to take him. Why do people not like him?
I don't know.
He's going to fall into the end zone like 35 times. Not 35, but like.
Just fall in? I mean, he's not just going to run in. He's just going to fall in.
Wendy, he will fall in. That's what it's going to be like. He will be at the 2 and someone's just going to like push him in and he's going to fall down. Because that's how
they don't call him Gus the Bus for nothing.
No, this is what happened last season. Yeah.
I think people are underestimating the fact that like Roman brought him.
Yeah, it's like Baltimore West. It's a player that he
wasn't going to utilize.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even drafting J.K. Dobbins later on. Yeah, I mean, I'll take Dobbins later in the draft if he's available too. Like,
yeah.
Oh, good Lord, I'm in a. Oh my God, my team. I don't know what I'm doing. I've made a decision. I made a decision, and it was not a great one. But we've learned this is a safe space for us to talk about.
Is it though?
No, I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's a safe space. I mean, I guess I should get a tight end at some point. I don't know.
Oh no.
That's
Darn
funny.
it. Yeah.
That's a lot. I was in an auction league on like Monday or Tuesday. Hold on. I have to draft someone now. What am I doing?
I've never done an auction league. That is new to me.
Fantastic. I have to tell you, I adore them. So I'm going to go.
That's not very nice, Josh.
Here. I really am. I'm so tired. I can't even explain to you how tired I am. I don't know. I'm not taking Hawkinson. I already have someone on Green Bay. I mean, am I just going to Benson at this again? Okay, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this choice because I think he could be the wide receiver 1 in New England. What was I going to say?
You think he's going to get more targets than Pop Douglas?
Yeah, I forgot he was even on that team. Yeah, 100%. I think everyone's forgotten he's on the team. Yeah, I think Hunter Henry and Jalen Polk will be the main people. And I mean, like, if you're going to take a shot on a tight end, you want to take a shot on a tight end who could be who could be first or second on their team with targets. I feel like if you're not taking one of those big guys, I love Ben Sinnott. We know I'm on brand and I love Ben Sinnott, but I also feel like Ben Sinnott's not going to do much good for me in the first 5 weeks because of Zach Ertz. But I truly believe in the last 2/3, like I would pick him up and keep him and use him later. So you have to do an auction draft. Auction drafts are amazing, but they do take a long time. So I had one that started at 6 and I was supposed to get on a podcast at 8, and I was like, okay, I think we'll be okay. So we're nowhere near done at 8:00. And also, like, I don't know how to put auto draft on that sort of draft, but whatever. So I figured something out. Was on the podcast for about 25 minutes, got off the podcast. The draft is still happening. And I think it ended up taking over 3 hours, like 3.5 hours. But because I had auto drafted the rest of it, I was out of money. So I was like, okay, see you later. Which is fun. It's cool. It's different than anything else. It's nice to have a different sort of thing. And you can just get all the players you really like, which is fun.
Yeah.
I did go into there was an auction draft going on during the Queen's Classic. And when we were on, I went over to the other room and I'm like, it is intense in there.
Oh, if you an auctioneer. Oh, I was in that room. Yeah. So I went in there last year and I was sitting, we went in there because there was food in there. And that's why I go in most rooms, because there's food. And there was food and I was sitting there and I was eating my food and I was like, oh, this is so much. And then, then we went. Julia should ask Gator how to auto draft. He's the best at it. Okay. The best thing about auctions is like you can pick whatever like philosophy you want. Like I save my money. Like I nominate all players I don't like, so people will spend all their money on people I don't want. And then
you're giving away your secrets.
Well, I mean, some people are completely different. And then I just have all the money left over. That's how I live my life. Which side would you like more? CMC. Which side do you like more? CMC, Olave, and Goddard, or Chase and okay, hold on. Which side do you like more? CMC, Olave, and Goddard, or Jamar Chase? I'm assuming Mark Andrews and Zamir White.
I think the CMC side for me.
Oh God. If Jamar Chase was at practice, I think I would say Jamar Chase because I'm a big Zamir White fan, but I do see the other side of it too. Like, you know what? It goes to the risk averse thing, right?
Yep.
The side that you picked is a little more dependable, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So funny. We are very different.
Josh does the same thing in auctions, Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want any parts of that. That and Dynasty. Dynasty can.
No, Wendi, we're getting you. Okay. Wendi, we're getting you into Dynasty over this next offseason.
Oh, it's so easy.
It's like so easy.
No, it's not.
Yes. Susan,
I tried it.
Susan, let's start a league. Let's start it like a ladies Dynasty league. And then Wendi can, and Wendi, the best part of it is it like starts to connect you with college, and you just root for these kids. Like you root for them in college, you like get married to them on your team, and you follow them for their entire career. It's so fun.
Yeah, but you know what? I work on Saturdays, so I don't get to watch. I know.
I don't watch college
nonstop every hour of every day. You don't have to watch it.
I don't pay attention to college, Wendi. I let other people do that for me.
Yes.
And then I just listen to their rankings.
Yeah, you listen to a podcast, girl. It's fine. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I think
Wendi, there's going to be a college show.
Oh boy.
Oh, look at that. It's perfect.
Chris, right? I think is going to do it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I love Chris. I do. But you know what? I'd rather have a root canal than play Dynasty. Okay? I'm not doing it.
That's so funny.
The end of that.
I would add another Dynasty league.
I love Dynasty
before I add another redraft league.
It's so
really
fun. It's
man, so but fun. It's a commitment too.
No, what's great? Okay, what's great about it is it's you have something when the football season's over, right? Like you can still like look at it, and what's even better is if you forget that you had that team, then when you finally log in again, you'll be like, oh my God, I forgot I had Jordan Mason, or I forgot I had, whatever. And you're like, look at me. It's like best ball in that way.
Okay, this is so silly. I'm taking Dak Prescott. He's in the 12th round.
Yeah.
To have as a QB2. Like,
that's crazy.
That feels so silly to not.
That doesn't happen in
Ann.
leagues. We know
exactly, Ann.
Yeah.
Okay, now wait a minute. I'm not complaining about commitment. I'm just mentioning for say somebody that's watching this that's doing a home league and they're like, "Oh, I wonder about Dynasty." I'm just putting the information out there. Wasn't a complaint.
You're overshooting. This is not that hard. I started at my new gym. I started a regular league last year, and then I started in the off season. I was like, "Who wants to do a Dynasty league?" Got people into Dynasty. Like half of them had never done Dynasty, and they all really enjoy it now. So it's like, yeah, it's fun.
I did love the combine.
Exactly.
I did. And yeah, totally. I had a great time. I fell in love with Joe Milton. I mean, it was a wonderful experience. I do. I love him. It was just a great experience. I cannot even argue about that. Oh my gosh, Andrea, you're in 2 Dynasty leagues. Yikes. The trades, you guys, I can't get past the trades. Like, it's too much.
If it's too much, don't trade.
Well, yeah, but then no one likes you.
Oh, no. You could just make fun of all the other offers people are giving you, which is what I do.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Well, some of the stuff comes in, and of course, they're going to just make it sound like it's the best trade. If you don't make this trade, you don't know what you're doing. You're coming out so much better. If I'm coming out so much better, then why are you wanting to trade with me? So I don't know.
So
it's a lot.
And move on.
Oh, and you know what? They talked about this earlier. So mention that again. How many, Susan?
I think 11.
11. And Julia quit counting after 20.
Hold on. I'll count right now because I have 2 on that league. 2, 3.
Okay. That's Renee.
No.
You drink 25, too much beer. Too much cerveza, Renee.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think I have 18.
Oh, so you're under 20. You have a couple more you could slide in.
I really could. So when we get and I do have multiple dynasty. Let me see how many dynasty I have.
I'm at 3 of mine are dynasty.
3, 4, 5. I have 5 dynasty. One of them is best ball dynasty.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah. I didn't know it was a thing until one of the he was one of the writers for the Footballers was like, let's do best ball dynasty, and I was like, sure, yeah. And what's even better is I didn't even remember who I drafted, and then at the end of the year, I was like, I drafted CJ Stroud, which was great, and Sam Laporta. See, yeah, it's great.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 of mine are dynasty leagues.
Happy surprises are dynasty leagues. They're happy surprises.
Gators finally took a quarterback.
There you go.
And he took my Tua. Yeah, I'm a Dolphins fan, so I'm hoping for a good season. So, and I noticed too that this week for some reason you're a Rams fan, right, Susan?
Oh yeah.
Why are you a Rams fan?
My spouse's family is from the St. Louis area.
Oh, got it.
So they were big St. Louis Rams fans. And then when they moved to Los Angeles, they followed them. And I just married into this Rams family. They're big Rams, Chiefs, Royals, and what's the other baseball team? Isn't there another baseball team?
In Kansas City or in LA?
Kansas City.
I think it's just the Royals, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. I think so.
Okay. Well, yeah, those teams are they're ones that they follow. So,
oh damn, whose house? No, Rams. Every time I go to a Rams game, whose house? Rams house. Yeah.
Oh, that's smart, Dame. Except the 5 dynasty leagues, that's not smart. But I am in way too many redrafts, and I know that I overextended myself. So I learned a lot this year, And I know everybody always says, oh, I'm not going to play. I am not going to play in as many. Best ball all day long, right, Susan?
I cut two out. I cut two out, and I was like, that's going to make a big difference. It did not make a big difference.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Dynasty is that like waivers are like not really a thing.
Exactly. Because you just don't have people to,
yeah, you don't have to worry about the Tuesday really late if you miss it or whatever. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is setting your lineup. So
I was really hoping that Taysom Hill might come back to me, and I really regret not taking Taysom Hill. I've learned a lot tonight in the one spot. I've learned a lot.
I'm feeling pretty good drafting from the 7.
Oh, your team's fantastic. Your team's great. You got lots of value, everything.
This is one of the league that I'm in with my brother-in-law's friends. This is where I'm drafting from. So I was like, I'm going to take that.
Oh, nice.
I won last year. And so their prize, because they don't do a buy-in. Their prize is you get to name the league. And so it's called Enchanted to Beat You, and the picture is Taylor Swift.
That's cute. That's really cute.
So you need to win again this year too.
Yeah. All right. I need to look at my roster. What is going on over here? We're not drafting. Yeah, no kickers or anything in here. I just wanted to double check. I was like, I have 2 picks left. Do I need to be picking a kicker?
We would never.
Okay, just checking. All right. Let's see. This is where the point that I'm like, I don't know that I want anybody else. Okay, I'm gonna take.
I'd like to stop.
Can we just be done?
Yeah.
Can I? I would just like to be done. Okay. I'm gonna take Mike Williams. I don't know. He's supposedly gonna be ready for week 1. We'll see.
Well,
they
he could be ready for week 1, but today. Will he be there in week 2? And I love Mike Williams, man. I do. I really do. He just can't stay healthy.
He likes to catch and fall from 10 feet up and land on his shoulder. That is his patented move.
Yeah.
It looks like it hurts. I mean, I would not want to do that.
Every single fucking time it looks like it hurts. Excuse me.
Oh, yep. See, Kelly said something about streaming for buys. I should have been paying a little better attention to that.
No, you know what? I was kind of wondering about that too, Kelly. Does that mean just you don't want to do streaming for kickers or defense, or are you just talking your standard players? So give us a little bit of insight there, Kelly. Okay, you know what, you guys? I want to mention something. This is really important because
I was going to take Tyler Conklin. Sorry. I was like, no one's going to take Tyler Conklin.
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying that BroCal just sniped you. He lives for that. Everyone lives for that.
Oh my God. All right.
Did he listen to the Ballers today?
Well, I wrote okay. So my I did an article with the last picks of your draft for tight end, and one of them was Tyler Conklin.
Yeah. I just shared it.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, Tyler Conklin. Son of a gun. Okay, well, fine. Okay, we'll take.
Dame's talking about her pup is listening.
Hero. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
And I am.
Look at that.
She's annoyed.
So
goodness.
Cute.
Oh my goodness!
She's annoyed at me that I'm not letting them outside.
Lord. Okay, I do need another. Nope, there's nobody there. There's no one there to take. I can't take you. I guess I'm gonna take you. Okay. Let's see the dog again.
Oh, Scout, come here.
I couldn't focus. I was Tyler Conklin. I was conked.
BroCal, he conked you.
This is Scout.
Hey, hi Scout. Hi Scout. Hi. Oh.
I think Scout should make your last pick.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's like,
do you think she should make my last pick? Scout, who should I take?
She's like, I want to go outside, mommy. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, listen, I want to mention something real quick. August has been a great month for WOFF and Galvanize. As through 4 weeks, WOF raised $3,625, including $1,550 or $530 during the final week. That was the big jerseys there. What's going to help this is with the founded by Laura Oakman. It's going to pay for boot camps, workshops, coaching for women in sports, all ages and stages, a sisterhood of women empowering women. So and you can't do it without all of the people that are always here supporting, and all the friends that are in the chat, and all the Twitter followers, or wherever you come from. It's just, we can't do it without everyone. So thank you, everyone. That was a great fundraiser. I have to mention one more time that I did win the Sam Laporta jersey.
Nice.
Yep, that one is on its way to me pretty soon. I can't wait. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't save that stuff.
You frame it. You do like the background. Like,
oh man,
yeah.
I don't see the roots on.
I'm like trying to get shit out of my house, Julia.
No, you have to Wendy. You have to do like a setup, like a podcast setup. That's what you have to do.
I don't have room. I don't have room back here. My desk is too close to my wall because my daughter's desk is also in the same room. Well, I know. I guess I could just get rid of her. I don't know.
I mean,
she's 26. She can move out.
Should be. Let's be honest. She should be moving out, and you need to have an office. So fly the nest. Fly from the nest, young one.
Mega desk. I like that. Just get one big desk.
Mega desk.
It's a cool setup, but it's just like, she was having no parts of having her desk in her room. Once she saw that this was happening, she's like, oh yeah, this will work, Mom. And I'm like, oh, okay.
No, that's not what we wanted.
Okay. Yeah, the mega desk.
Mega desk.
All right. So let's talk about things, you guys. What do you like? What do you don't like? What don't you like? Julia, we know. Where did you go wrong? Start with where you went wrong.
I mean, it's where I've always gone wrong, Wendy. It's with Josh Jacobs. Like, I mean, I think, and look, the actual Josh Jacobs pick was a good pick, but it's like, I think it then like changed kind of who was available for me. Like, I did like the wide receivers that were in that time when Josh Jacobs was available. And now I see like, I don't like them kind of later. So it's, it's all dominoes falling, right? So I think I would have gone a different route if I would have done it again. And you know what? Lesson learned. And we just grow.
But there was a reason that you took him, and
there was. And I mean, it becomes like risk reward, right? Like, is Josh Jacobs worth some of the other picks that I maybe don't love as much? I don't know. Because then it's like, I love Jonathan Brooks, but I'm not going to use him for a while. So
right, but
I do see Josh Jacobs and James Conner could, ride me into the sunset. My starting lineup's great. My bench is a little dodgy. So,
all right, what do you feel in there, Susan? How do you feel about yours?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually. It's very balanced. I like a balanced roster. I drafted some pieces that I could use for trade bait later if I wanted to. Having Richardson and Prescott there, I could use one of those guys to go get a better third wide receiver if I wanted to, so that Kirk could be a bench player.
Any regrets?
I think
you got you have a pretty good team there.
Into a season with this. I am really loving taking Parkinson.
That's a great
super
pick.
Late.
It's a great
pick. At the ends. Tyler Higbee is just he was so used and such an integral part of the Rams offense. And I think it's just going to be cut and paste. They paid him the way that you would with someone that you're going to start. So I've been enjoying taking him in the last 2 or 3 rounds of drafts.
So taking a look at some of the other ones, anything jump out at you that you're like, hey, I really like that one?
I like Scampers.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, that's good. He got a lot of value.
Yeah, Mahomes in the 7th. Like, what?
Yeah, that's great.
Also, so cool. Chuba Hubbard, I think, is going to be a very sneaky pick.
I agree.
He's been, when people ask for sleepers, he's my number one because he's going so late and he's going to be the starter. Yep. They've upgraded the O-line this year. Dave Canales is now in town. Like, I think it's just everything is going to go whoop, and Chuba is going to do that.
And you can get him pretty late too. I mean, that's
yeah. He's locked and loaded as your starter for at least 4 weeks, and I think they will. They're not gonna. It's not gonna be Brooks right away in week 5. We don't even know if that's for sure. And even if he is good, it's gonna be like easing him in. They know they're not going to the Super Bowl this year. They know their goal is to improve and get better, and that's how they're gonna play it. They don't want to.
Why get your future star hurt? It's the same reason Brissett is starting over Drake May.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what did the ballers say? There's another sacrificial baby right there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's truly what it is.
And we're going to throw you to the wolves, bro. That's what it is. Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, I think we're going to wrap things up for tonight. But first of all, I want to say that I've thoroughly enjoyed this season. And I want to thank everyone at WOFF and Club FFL. Thanks to everyone that's joined the mock, showed up in the chats. Your support is amazing. Most of all, I want to thank Josh for giving me this opportunity to be part of this team. I've really enjoyed everything. So, Susan, remind everyone where they can find you and everything you have going on these days.
All right. So my main content is on Instagram and then Threads, which it's the same. It's basically the same thing. So it's at Gridiron_Goddess. We have a website, thegridirongoddess.com, that has blogs. I take my content and some of it I just make a little longer form to put in a blog. So if you're wanting tips about how to commission a league, they've got several blogs over there about first-time commissioners, stuff like that is over on the website. So, and then there's some merch. We've got customizable team shirts if you want, hat, and
love it.
Lots of other stuff. So,
hey, and Twitter too, though, because I found you. That's how we met, was on Twitter. So
yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I am on Twitter. It's
all right.
It's SK Curran.
All right. Hey, what about you, Julia? Where are you at? What's going on?
You can find all my stuff over with the Fantasy Footballers and over at Footballguys. So yeah, and we're almost there next week. Next week, baby.
I know. All right. So everybody make sure that you go to WOFF and Club Fantasy. Make sure you like, subscribe. Don't miss any of their shows. People put out a lot of good content, and we are getting into all of this. Is the last weekend for most drafts. So good luck, everybody. This has been episode 12 of WOFF's Mock Girl Summer. Good luck on all those home and office drafts this weekend. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.